I know, huh? Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Oh. Huh. Listen, it's cold where we are, so you guys are gonna have to see me bundle up, okay?
And I have a dry cough, and this is
Absolutely. So we're gonna leave that warm compress, whatever that is,
yes,
I don't know what to call it,
yeah.
on her neck, okay? And we're gonna stay warm, okay? Because it's cold out here. Baby, it's cold out here. Anywho, you all, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Story Time. If you are new to our channel, we want to welcome you. I don't know if you know if I introduced myself, but I'm Bonnie. How you doing? Good to see you. Good. And then this young lady here on my left is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat.
Ba-dum-bum.
I do it for myself, okay? It is the butt up bump because it hits so hard. It be hitting for me, okay? Yes, we are bundling up. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's freezing out there, y'all. That weather ain't playing. Okay, so listen, you guys, it is Monday. And so you already know we're going to hit you with a good old scripture like we always do in Psalm 43. Nope, that's a whole lie on accident. Isaiah 43. You know, I be lying on accident. It don't be on purpose. You know, that's a difference. That's a difference, okay? All right, so Isaiah 43, and it reads, he says, but now thus says Yahuwah, that created you, O Jacob, and he that formed you, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name, and you are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon you. For I am Yahuwah Eloheka, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I gave Egypt for your ransom, Cush and Seba for you. Since you were precious in my sight, you have been honorable, and I have loved you. Therefore will I give men for you and people for your life. Fear not, for I am with you, and I will bring seed. I will bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. And I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth, even everyone that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yea, I have made him. Hallelujah.
Yes.
I just love reading that because it is just such a precious letter
Yes.
to us and a reminder like he got you.
Yep.
Like he got you. Don't even worry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
All right. So for those who don't know what we are reading, we are in the book Bereshit, also known as beginners. Okay. I just like saying it because now I got the hang of it and I feel like I'm doing something every
You
time
are.
I say it. Okay.
You say it really good.
Bereshit. Okay. It's that. Okay. So we purchased this book on net.
Net.
Sorry, net, and we used our storytime discount, or I don't think we did because we didn't have it then. But if you use your storytime
Yeah.
discount, you get a discount, okay?
Mhm.
And so we are reading in this book, Bereshit, the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, and I believe we are starting that on page
We're on 259,
259 for those of you who have the book,
and we're on Levi.
and we on Levi. Awesome.
Yeah, third son of Jacob and Leah.
Awesome. Yes, 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 yes. And so I believe I am going to start. I'm going to start from the sixth chapter. Okay. Did we want to do a recap or no?
No,
No. Okay.
it's too hard to
Yeah,
do
it's a lot
recaps
because
on
we
this.
this is the third son, so it's a
Yeah.
lot, y'all.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you can always go to the next video too. All right. So I'm starting sixth chapter. Okay, right here. Right there. And when I was going to my father, I found a brazen shield. Wherefore also the name of the mountain of Aspis, which is near Gabal, to the south of Abilia. And I kept these words in my heart. And after this I counseled my father and Reuben my brother, to bid the sons of Shamar not to be circumcised. For I was zealous because of the abomination which they had wrought on my sister. And I slew Shechem first, and Simeon slew Shemar. And after this my brothers came and smote that city with the edge of the sword. And my father heard these things and was wroth. And he was grieved in that they had received the circumcision, and after that had been put to death. And in his blessings he looked amiss upon us, for we sinned because we had done this thing against his will. And he was sick on that day. But I saw that the sentence of Elohim was for evil upon Shechem, for they sought to do to Sarah and Rebekah as they had done to Dinah our sister. But Yahuwah prevented them, and they persecuted Abraham our father when he was a stranger, and they vexed his flock when they were big with young. And Abilam, who was born in his house, they most shamefully handled. And thus they did to all strangers, taking away their women by force, and they banished them. But the wrath of Yahuwah came upon them to the uttermost. So this is Levi talking about when I guess you guys, if you don't remember, the last reading was when Levi was taken up. Was it Levi was taken up? And the angel was showing him everything and gave him permission to take down Shechem in that.
Yeah.
So that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And his father didn't want them to do it, but he was like, "No, you ain't gonna do my sister like that."
But when they were telling Shechem to get circumcised, Levi told them, no.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Don't tell them to get circumcised because we ain't marrying them.
Right. Our women is not about to. No.
Yeah.
They're not about to get caught up with the people. Okay.
But they did it anyway.
Yep.
So they had to go.
Absolutely. Chapter 7. And I said to my father Jacob, by you will Yahuwah despoil the Canaanites, and will give their land to you and to your seed after you. For from this day forward shall Shechem be called a city of imbeciles. For as a man mocks a fool, so did we mock them, because also they had wrought foolishness in Israel by defiling my sister. And we departed and came to Bethlehem. Bethel, my bad. Chapter 8. And there again I saw a vision as the former, after we had spent there 70 days. And I saw 7 men in white raiment, saying unto me, arise and put on the robe of the priesthood, and the crown of righteousness, and the breastplate of understanding, and the garment of truth, and the plate of belief, and the turban of the head, and the ephod of prophecy. And they severely carried these things, and put them on me, and said unto me, from henceforth become a priest of Yahuwah, you and your seed forever. And the first anointed me with the holy oil, and gave to me the staff of judgment. The second washed me with pure water, and fed me with bread and wine, even the most holy things, and clad me with a holy and glorious robe. The third clothed me with a linen vestment like an ephod. The fourth put round me a girdle like unto purple. The fifth gave me a branch of rich olive. The sixth placed a crown on my head. The seventh placed on my head a diadem of priesthood, and filled my hands with incense, that I might serve as a priest to Yahuwah Elohim. And they said to me, Levi, your seed shall be divided into 3 offices, for a sign of the glory of Yahuwah who is to come. And the first portion shall be great, yea, greater than it shall none be. The second shall be in the priesthood, and the third shall be called by a new name, because a king shall arise in Yehuda, and shall establish a new priesthood, after the fashion of the other nations to all the other nations, and his presence is beloved, as a prophet of El Elyon, of the seed of Abraham, our father. Therefore, every desirable thing in Israel shall be for you and for your seed, and ye shall eat everything fair to look upon. And the table of Yahuwah shall be your seed of a portion. And some of them shall be high priests and judges and scribes, for by their mouths shall the holy place be guarded. And when I awoke, I understood that this dream was like the first dream. And I hid this also in my heart, and I told it not to any man upon the earth.
This is interesting
Yes, it
because
is.
this is before they even went into captivity. Well, I'm not say captivity yet. Before they even went into Egypt. This is like actually Levi knowing he's a priest,
Yeah,
like already having these clothes.
yeah,
So we know when Moses, you know, well, when Yehuda got delivered them from Egypt through Moses, and he took Moses up and gave him, all the things the Levitical priesthood where that was just reminders
that was just
because it was
reminded.
established already
He was
with Levi.
already approved and
Levi had
sealed and
already
all
been
that
working as a priest.
from that moment. Wow.
This messes up that whole law.
Exactly, right?
It jacks it up.
You can't,
You can't say it.
you cannot. Chapter 9. And after 2 days, I and Yahuwah went up with our father Jacob to Isaac, our father's father. And my father's fathers blessed me according to all the words of the vision which I had seen. And he would not come with us to Bethel. And when we came to Bethel, my father saw a vision concerning me, that I should be their priest unto Elohim. And he rose up early in the morning and paid tithes of all to Yahuwah through me. And so we came to Chevron to dwell there. And Isaac called me continually to put me in remembrance of the Torah of Yahuwah, even as the angel of Yahuwah showed unto me. And he taught me the Torah of the priesthood of sacrifices, whole burnt offerings, first fruits, free will offerings, peace offerings. And each day he was instructing me and was and was busied on my behalf before Yahuwah, and said to me, beware of the ruach of fornication, for this shall continue and shall be your feet pollute the holy place. Take, therefore, to yourself a woman without blemish or pollution, while yet you are young, and not of the race of strange nations. And before entering into the holy place, bathe. And when you offer the sacrifices, wash. And again, when you finish the sacrifice, wash of the 12 trees having leaves, offer to Yahuwah, as Abraham taught me also. And of every clean beast and bird, offer sacrifice to Yahuwah. And of all your first fruits and of wine, offer the first as a sacrifice to Yahuwah Elohim. And every sacrifice you shall salt with salt. Who said, don't give him nothing bland. No, don't dash it, okay? Season that thing. Chapter 10. Now therefore observe whatsoever I command you, children, for whatsoever things I have heard from my fathers I have declared unto you. And behold, I am clear from your wickedness and transgression, which ye shall commit in the end of the ages against the Savior of the world, Mashiach, acting wickedly, deceiving Israel, and stirring up against its great evils from the Yahuwah. And ye shall deal lawlessly together with Israel. So he shall not bear with Jerusalem because of your wickedness. But the veil of the temple shall be rent, so as not to cover your shame, and ye shall be scattered as, wow, captive among the other nations, and shall be for a reproach and for a curse. For the house of for the house which Yahuwah shall choose shall be called Jerusalem, as it contained in the book of Enoch the righteous.
Mhm.
So even there, you see that he knew about our disbursement, our displacement. It's
Because we
crazy.
set up
That's us,
other
yes.
places to worship him other than Jerusalem.
And he called it out. He's like, I'm clear from the transgression and the wickedness that y'all gonna do later on in the
later on.
generation. And we're that generation. He saw it way back when. That is us. Absolutely. Chapter 11. Therefore, when I took a woman, I was 28 years old, and her name was Milcah. And she conceived and bore a son, and I called his name Gershon. Gershon. He's gonna be a little, Gershon, okay? For we for we were strangers in our land. And I saw concerning him that he would not be in the first rank. Because remember there was three ranks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And Kohath was born in the 35th year of my life. So at 35, okay, towards sunrise. And I saw in the vision that he was standing on high in the midst of all the assembly. Therefore I called his name Kohath, which is the beginning of majesty and instruction. Because he was born towards the sunrise. Okay. And she bore me a third son. Come on, girl. In the 40th year of my life. And since his mother bore him with difficulty, I called him
Mirror.
Mary. Come on, laugh.
Mirror.
And his name is spelled Merariy. You're welcome. And his name means my bitterness. And shalom. In my 64th year, for I was renowned then in the midst of my brethren. And Gershon took a woman, and she bore, that's what it says to him, Lumni and Shimei. And the sons of Kohath, Amram and Yishakar and Chevron and Azaz and Ozel.
Yeah.
Ozel. And the sons of Mirame, I don't know how to say his name, but his children were named Mulai and Moshe. Really? Okay. And in the 94th year of Amram took Yoki's daughter. 8 years old was I when I went into the land of Canaan, and 18 years when I slew Shechem. And at 19 years I became priest, and at 28 years I took a woman. And at 48 I went into Egypt. And behold, my children, ye are the third generation. In my 180th year Joseph died. And now, my children, I command you, fear Yahuwah your Elohim with your whole heart, and walk in simplicity according to all of his Torah. And do ye also teach your children letters, that they may have understanding all their life, reading unceasingly the Torah of Elohim. For everyone that knows the Torah of Yahuwah shall be honored, and shall not be a stranger whithersoever he goes. Yea, many friends shall he gain more than his parents, and many men shall desire to serve him, and to hear the Torah from his mouth. Work righteousness, therefore, my children, upon the earth, that ye may have it as a treasure in heaven. Oh, and then we'll talk about our treasure. And so good, and so, that's S-O-W. I don't want you guys to think it's S-O, okay? And so good, I don't know what that was, but, and so good things in your soul, that ye may find them in your life. But if you sow evil things, you shall reap every trouble and affliction. Get wisdom in the fear of Elohim with diligence, for through there be a leading into captivity, and cities and lands be destroyed, and gold and silver and every possession perish. The wisdom of the wise no one can take away, save the blindness of the wickedness, and the callousness that comes with sin. For if one keeps oneself from these evil things, then even among his enemies shall wisdom be a glory to him. And in a strange country of a fatherland, and in the midst of foes shall prove a friend. Whosoever teaches noble things and does them shall enthrone with kings, as was also Joseph, my brother.
So basically he's telling them, you guys need to follow the Torah.
Yeah.
Don't let it be lost, because if you do, you're, like he talks about, but if you sow evil things, you shall reap every trouble and affliction. And that's what happened. We forgot. We forgot the Torah.
And
So we had to deal with
absolutely.
the consequences.
And then it's also cool because how he's trying to put their mind on stuff that really going to be fruitful.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he says, if you seek wisdom and you
Yeah.
ask for it,
yeah,
no matter what situation you're given,
yeah.
it can't be taken away from.
Right.
And then you're going to make an enemy a friend because through wisdom, you're going to know how to handle that
Yes.
person and
Yeah,
you know
how to move.
how to move.
Yeah.
So wisdom, we know that there's strategies in that, and you
Mhm.
know, and you're not gonna move like everybody else.
Yeah.
So we need to get away from this materialistic
Yes.
stuff and
Mhm.
ask the Most High, you
The
know,
things
wisdom
that matter.
that matters.
Yes.
And it's not gonna. I'm not saying that you can't have the material things, but when the stuff, all that stuff perish,
Mhm.
and then you're gonna be gone, but
Yes.
you ain't gonna know how to move.
You're not gonna know how to move.
I'd rather know how to move. When
Yeah.
you move, I move, and I'm be
Mhm.
like just like that. You know?
Yeah. That's why we be having these depressions and stuff. People throwing themselves out the window.
And they had money. Okay?
They have money.
Buku money.
Yeah.
Cars.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Multiple cars.
Jump out the window.
Because
Like,
that's where their treasure was.
Money. Yeah.
That's where their heart lied in, you know? And we got to make sure our heart is in wisdom.
Yes.
So when that stuff even, come on, we
That's why we are able to survive.
Absolutely.
No matter what happens to us.
Absolutely.
They're not able to survive because they just so used to money. Mm-hmm. We like, well, we ain't had a bunch of money anyway.
Exactly. Probably like, hey,
we calling on y'all. Yeah.
And I feel like it's just a burden taken away. Like, whew, another bill ain't paid.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Therefore, my children, I have learned that at the end of the ages, you will transgress against Yahuwah. That is so crazy that Yahuwah literally showed him all.
Yeah.
Is he still doing this today?
Hey.
I mean, listen.
I'm still showing us things.
He is.
It's just now he's just revealing the truth so we can get back
to it.
Torah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be amazing for him to like take us up, you know, and show us like how he's showing Levi and all that. That's amazing. Okay. Let me get back to the reading. This is very good. I have learned that at the end of the ages you will transgress against Yahuwah, stretching out hands to wickedness against him. And to all the other nations shall ye become a scorn. For our father Israel is pure from the transgressions of the chief priests, who shall lay their hands upon the Savior of the world. Mm-hmm. For as the heaven is purer in Yahuwah's sight than the earth, so also be ye, the light of Israel, purer than all the other nations. But if ye be darkened through the transgressions, what? Therefore will all the other nations do living in blindness. Yea, ye shall bring a curse upon our race, because the light of the Torah, which was given for to lighten every man, this ye desire to destroy by teaching commandments contrary to the ordinances of Elohim. He's telling us even now to be a light.
Because he's basically saying, you're the example. Sorry, y'all.
You're the example.
He's basically saying you're the example. And let's face it, this world is jacked. And some of it is because of us. Because Japheth's children have no imagination. Who do you think they learned how to twerk from? Who do you think they learned, even though some of them ain't good at it, how to rap? And but we were saying the wrong words. So we were leading them into destruction because we made it sound good. We made sin sound good.
Yeah.
And so we're leading them down that simple path when we're supposed to be different.
Absolutely.
We're supposed to be leading them. So we're leading them astray.
And you know this is prophecy because it says, and you shall be, what he said, and to all the nations you should be a scorn. No matter where you are or where you go, and if you look like some kind of complexion, lighter, darker, whatever, lighter than lighter, but you got some kind of melanin, somebody's always gonna shun you.
Yep. Always.
somebody's family then already said, don't talk to them black people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Don't marry to no black woman, don't marry no black men. You know, unless you're in the NBA or something like that and they want to leave you, you know what I'm saying? They might put you with somebody.
They don't want that money in the black community.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But it's prophecy. No matter where you are, we are looked at as the least.
Yes.
And it's right here, y'all. That's crazy, right? All right. The offerings of Yahuwah, verse 6, the offering of Yahuwah ye shall rob, and from his portion shall ye steal choice portions, eating them contemptuously with harlots. And out of the covetousness, ye shall teach the commandments of Yahuwah. Wedded women shall ye pollute, and the virgin of Israel shall ye defile. And with the harlot, I just rather say hoes and adultery, okay? Shall ye be joined, and the daughters of the other nations shall ye take to be your women. Purifying them with an unlawful purification, and your union shall be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Wow. And you shall be puffed up because of your priesthood, lifting yourselves up against men. And not only so, but also against the commandments of Elohim. For ye shall condemn the holy things with jest and laughter.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not even you're not even putting no weight on it. That's real. Someone's always going to despise you because of the melanin.
Yeah.
But yet melanin is on the top one.
Yes. And they always copying us.
And yet,
and they want to marry
how
us.
many of us is missing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about melanated people.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah.
All right. Chapter 15. Therefore, the temple which Yahuwah shall choose shall be laid waste through your uncleanness, and ye shall be captive throughout all the nations, and ye shall be an abomination unto them, and ye shall receive reproach and everlasting shame from the righteous judgment of Elohim. And all who hate you shall rejoice at your destruction. And if you were not to receive mercy through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our fathers, not one of our seed shall be left upon the earth.
Yep. So he said if it wasn't for the covenant he made with our fathers, they would have wiped you out. They would have wiped us out.
We would have gone.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't even be here. That is so crazy, y'all. You said it. We should be making, what are we, captives even in this land? I don't care how free you look.
Yeah.
You still are.
You ain't free.
You're not free.
We are not free.
Mm-mm. Deception is real, y'all.
Yeah.
And now I have learned that for 70 weeks ye shall go astray and profane the priesthood and pollute the sacrifices. And ye shall make void the Torah and set at naught the words of prophets by evil perverseness. And ye shall persecute righteous men and hate the righteous words of the faithful shall ye abhor. And a man who renews the Torah in the power of El Elyon, ye shall call a deceiver. And at last ye shall rush upon him to slay him, not knowing his dignity, taking innocent blood through wickedness upon your head. And your holy places shall be laid waste, even to the ground because of him. And ye shall have no place that is clean, but ye shall be among the other nations, a curse and a dispersion until he shall again visit you, and in pity shall receive you through belief in water.
Because he's saying, like, even the ones who are trying to get you back to Torah, you're going to turn against them.
Yep.
And they were killing prophets.
Absolutely.
Yep. Our own people.
And they're killing our character now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're either being lumped up with some kind of black Hebrew Israelite group or
they
hate
know what they
group.
doing. Yep.
Anytime when you speak Torah, they're like, but you can be anything in this social media world, y'all.
Yes.
If I said I wanted to be a German Shepherd, guess what? So many people will applaud me for my bravery, okay?
Yes.
But let me say I am Hebrew.
Yep.
Oh,
no.
Oh, the hell you are not, okay?
Yep.
You cannot be Hebrew.
Remember the Holocaust. What's that got to do with it?
Listen, come on. What's this for $19 a month? If you sin. Lies, okay? Don't send your money to lies, okay?
Don't do it.
They won't do it. They'll kill you. If they can't kill you physically, they're going to try to assassinate your character.
Yep. Yep.
And we all know once your character is assassinated, it's hard to build that thing up.
Yes.
But, and I digress in my father's words, okay? My father, I mean Eric Gillette, because he likes to digress a lot. Chapter 17. And whereas ye have heard concerning the 70 weeks, hear also concerning the priesthood. For in each jubilee there shall be a priesthood. And in the first jubilee, the first who is anointed to the priesthood shall be great, and shall speak to Elohim as to a father. And his priesthood shall be perfect with Yahuwah, and in the day of his gladness shall he arise for the salvation of the world. In the second jubilee, he that is anointed shall be conceived in the sorrow of beloved ones. And his priesthood shall be honored and shall be glorified by all. And the third priest shall be taken hold of by sorrow. And the fourth shall be in pain, because of unrighteousness shall gather itself against him exceedingly. And all of Israel shall hate each other his neighbor, each one his neighbor. The fifth shall be taken hold of by darkness, with likewise also the sixth and the seventh. And in the eighth shall be such a pollution as and in the seventh shall be such pollution as I cannot express before men, for they shall know it who do these things. Therefore shall they be taken captive and become a prey, and their land and their substance shall be destroyed. And in the fifth week they shall return to their desolate country, and shall renew the house of Yahuwah. And in the seventh week shall become priests, who are idolaters, breakers of wedlock, lovers of money, proud, Torahlessness, lascivious, lascivious, you get it.
Yeah.
Abuser of children and beasts. Wow. Y'all know what that means.
Mm-hmm. And that's the priesthood.
That's the priesthood. And he's talking about Levites.
Mm-hmm.
Levites.
And y'all are going to come to this.
Yeah, this point. Y'all going to get to this point. Wow. I wonder what the children are thinking as they're hearing this. Like, no, we ain't going to never do that. Chapter 18. And after their punishment shall have come from Yahuwah, the priesthood shall fail. Then shall Yahuwah raise up a new priest, and to him all the words of Yahuwah shall be revealed. And he shall execute a righteous judgment upon the earth for a multitude of days. And his star shall arise in the heaven as of a king, lighting up the light of knowledge as the sun the day. And he shall be magnified in the world, and he shall shine forth as the sun on the earth, and shall remove all darkness from under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth. The heaven shall exult in his days, and the earth shall be glad, and the clouds shall rejoice, and the knowledge of Yahuwah shall be poured forth upon the earth, as the water of the seas, and the angels of the glory of the presence of Yahuwah shall be glad in him. The heavens shall be opened, and from the temple of glory shall come upon him sanctification, with the Father's voice as from Abraham to Isaac. And the glory of El Elyon shall be uttered over him, and the ruach of understanding and sanctification shall rest upon him in the water. For he shall give the majesty of Yahuwah to his sons in truth forevermore. And there shall none succeed him for all generations forever. And in his priesthood the other nations shall be multiplied in knowledge upon the earth, and enlightened through the grace of Yahuwah. In his priesthood shall sin come to an end, and the Torahless shall cease to do evil, and the just shall rest in him. And he shall open the gates of paradise, and shall remove the threatening sword against Adam. Wow.
That's Mashiach. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he shall give to the Kodeshim to eat from the tree of life, and the ruach of holiness shall be on them, and Baal shall be bound by him, And he shall give power to his children to tread upon the evil ruach. And Yahuwah shall rejoice in his children, and be well pleased in his beloved ones forever. Then shall Abraham and Isaac and Jacob exult, and I will be glad, and all the Kodeshim shall clothe themselves with joy. That is definitely the Mashiach.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's our hope. And now, my children, ye have heard all. Choose therefore for yourselves either the light or the darkness, either the Torah of Yahuwah or the works of Baal. And his sons, and his sons answered him, saying before Yahuwah, we will walk according to his Torah. And their father said unto them, Yahuwah is witness, and his angels are witnesses, and ye are witnesses, and I am a witness concerning the word of your mouth. And his son said unto him, we are witnesses. And thus Levi ceased commanding his sons, and he stretched out his feet on the bed, and was gathered to his fathers after he had lived 137 years. And they laid him in a coffin, and afterwards they buried him in Hebron with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
This is because remember all the other two that we read. Remember they were sick, but remember Levi was the only one that
He was
wasn't
not
sick.
sick.
It's weird. Like after he gives his testimony, he like stretches like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Right,
I check
absolutely.
y'all.
Well, listen, you didn't set that, so the angels heard you as a witness, right, from what you said. So I told you.
I'm going to sleep. I'm out of here.
And notice he is saying yet again, there is only black and white.
Yes.
There is no middle. I don't care. There's no middle. You either be with Torah, you're going to uphold the Torah, or you're going to work for Baal.
Yep.
There is no gray area.
No.
And this system has us to believe, well, you can do a little bit of both because if I do good deeds, that's going to cover me.
Yeah.
You cannot be deceived.
Or if I do more good than evil.
Right, it outweighs. It's a balance.
No.
I give myself a balance in life.
No,
your balance better be Torah.
Yep. And that's it.
That's it. People of Israel, like you guys,
get it together.
And I'm in there, okay? I'm in there. I'm not telling you one thing that I'm not listening. I'm in there.
Yeah.
Either gonna be Torah or you're serving the devil. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
It is what it is. Okay?
No lukewarm.
Yeah.
Let's go up.
That is. I'll spit you out.
Yeah.
I don't like nothing lukewarm. I like my food hot.
Yeah.
And if I want it warm, I'm gonna blow it. Okay. But don't give it to me lukewarm.
Right.
Give me
I need hot.
Hot. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do it. All right. And Yehuda, or who am I? And Yehuda.
Oh yeah, we're on Yehuda, the fourth son
of Jacob and Leah. Okay. I know she said a beautiful way to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just stretch on out.
Just stretch. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
check out. I'm gonna be with my fathers. No worry. He died without a worry because it wasn't his business. He told him what he told him, and he was like, the rest is not my business. So yeah,
wasn't even sick. It's time for me to go.
It's time for me to check out. That's it. My scene is done. Chapter 1, the copy of the words of Yehuda. What things he spoke to his sons before he died. They gathered themselves together, therefore, and came to him. And he said to them, hearken, my children, to Yehuda your father. I was the fourth son born to my father, Jacob, and Leah, my mother, named me Yahuwah, saying, I give thanks to Yahuwah because he has given me a fourth son also. And I was swift in my youth and obedient to my father in everything. And I honor my mother and my mother's sister. And it came to pass when I became a man that my father blessed me, saying, you shall be a king, prospering in all things.
Yeah, before you go ahead, remember, this is our grandfather. So read this as if you're in the room.
Yes.
The other ones are talking to us, to our uncles, but
yes,
this one is to us.
This is to us, absolutely. Yes. I love that. So put yourself in this room with your grandfather and hearken to the words that he's going to give you guys.
Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yep.
This is his letter to you.
You're in the room, sitting down.
All right.
Listen.
Listen, okay? And Yahuwah showed me favor in all my works, both in the field and in the house. I know that I raced and caught and hide. Thank you. I know that I raced a hide and caught it and prepared the meat for my father, and he did eat. And the woes I used to a master in the chase, I overtake all that was in the plain. A wild mare I overtook and caught it and tamed it. I slew a lion and plucked a kid out of his mouth. I took a bear by its paw and hurled it down the cliff, and it was crushed. I outran the wild boar and seasoned it as I ran, seizing it as I ran. I tore it in sunder. A leopard in Chevron leaped upon my dog, and I caught it by the tail and hurled it on the rock, and it was broken in twine. I found a wild ox feeding in the field and seizing it by the horns and whirling it round and stunning it. I cast it from me and slew it.
Wait, you know what?
A deer. Thank
Yeah, this is crazy. He's saying, I raced a high.
A deer. Yeah, he raced a deer. Thank you.
Them things run fast.
Yes. Listen, y'all be wondering why we be moving so quick. It's in our DNA. How the fifth we be running from stuff. Can't nobody run like we run. Listen, let me not say that.
I overtook it.
Mhm.
I slew a lion.
Yes, and he took a deer out of his a baby deer out the lion mouth and then threw the lion.
Yeah, I took a bear by its paw and hurled it down the cliff.
A bear
Like
grabbed the bear and threw it down the cliff. That's the kind of power he is showing that we have.
I outran the wild boar and seizing it as I ran. So
He stopped it as he.
so he's running. Sorry, y'all. After the wild boar, as he's running, he seizes it and tore it under. In other words, I'm running, I catch the bull. Or
You know how strong. Look, this man was strong. Okay, he had strength.
what in the world?
I'm gonna put an F on that word. Okay, he had strength, like for real.
Taking on leopards.
Taking on leopards, he was taking on like he was not afraid.
I seizing it by the horns, whirling it around.
Whirling it. Yes, Deshaun, he was getting his exercise in. Okay, he was not playing. All right. And when the two kings of Canaan and came shipped in armor against our flock, and much people with them, single-handed I rushed upon the king of Chasor, and smote him on greaves and dragged him down, and so I slew him on sight. Okay,
Yeah.
on sight. He didn't even let the brother come. He was like, "Nah, I'm coming to you."
Yeah.
Like what?
Who you playing with?
You out of pocket. Like let's
Yeah.
go. This is so us, y'all. This is us. I can see it.
That's the strength.
That's the strength that we have, and that's also the strength that they took away from us because we were made to be more of a calmly people. You're too loud.
Yeah.
You're too aggressive.
Because they don't want this.
They
to
don't
come
want
out.
that to come out. All right, listen, it's your homework to figure out who the they is, okay?
Now we know where Grandpa David got it.
Right, exactly.
Because he slew a lion and a bear and
It was in his DNA.
in the DNA.
All right. And the other, the king of Tapach, as he sat upon his horse, I slew. And so I scattered all his people, Achor the king, and a man of giant stature I found, hurling javelins before and behind as he sat on a horseback. And I took up a stone of 60 pounds weight and hurled it and smote his horse and killed it. And I fought with this over for 2 hours, and I clave his shield in twine, and I chopped off his feet and killing him. And as I was stripping off his breastplate, behold, 9 men of his companions began to fight with me. And I wound my garment on my hand. And I slung stones at them and killed 4 of them, and the rest fled.
They're like, I'm out of here.
I'm out. Like, you know what? I don't want no
Some
smoke.
people
I
got
thought I
some
did.
sense, yeah.
Yeah, some people do got sense.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like, you know what? This one man, he didn't kill these people and
I'm
the
out of
horse.
here. Yeah. And the horse.
And the horse. Yes, Jennifer. Out, okay? He didn't kill the horse. The horse just was there.
Yeah.
But the horse got the smoke too. Therefore, my father freed from anxiety in the war. Let me see, sorry. And Jacob, my father, slew Beeseth, king of all the kings, a giant in strength, 12 cubits high, and fear fell upon them, and they were ceased warring against us. Therefore, my father freed from anxiety in the wars when I was with my brethren. Also, note that the people were taller then.
Yeah, they still have them giants.
Yes. So we weren't like average height as now we are, but I think that they were taller than what we imagine.
Because they still have some of that leftover Nephilim,
Yeah.
where they like Goliath.
Yes.
It didn't just start with Goliath.
No. That's crazy. For he saw in a vision concerning me that an angel of might followed me everywhere that I should not be overcome. So that's how he was able to succumb all them animals and them people because it was the angel
Of might.
of might.
You
And it was
have
the
an angel
same.
of might.
And then we saw that same angel, well, not the same angel, but the same angel that was with Levi when he said, I will go with you
Yeah.
to
Yes.
kill Shechem, that whole family.
Yeah.
All right. On the next day, let me start. I'm sorry. And in the south there came upon us a greater war than that in Shechem. And I joined in battle array with my brethren. I was just talking about that. And pursued 1,000 men and slew of them 200 men and 14. And I went up upon the wall and I slew 4 mighty men. And so we captured Chatsor and took all the spoil.
He climbed the wall.
He climbed the wall. I went up. Look, ran, okay? Ran. He climbed the wall.
Spider-Man who?
The Flash what? Where you get these things from?
Us.
Us. I come on now. Come on,
climbing
man.
walls.
Who climbing walls? Okay. Who have master strength? Okay.
Yeah.
Hope where?
We climbing the wall. We coming for you.
This is us. Listen. On the next day, we departed to Arkan, a city strong and walled and inaccessible, threatening us with death. But I and Gad approached on the east side of the city, and Reuben and Levi on the west. Listen, my brothers is here. We here deep, okay? 4 deep, that's all we need. And they that were upon the wall, thinking that we were alone, were drawn down against us. And so my brothers secretly climbed up the wall on both sides by stakes and entered the city, while the men knew it not, and we took it with the edge of the sword. And as for those who had taken refuge in the tower, we set fire to the tower and took both it and them. And as we were departing, the men of Tapah set upon our spoil and delivered up to our sons. We fought with them for as far as Tapah. And we slew them and burnt their city and took as a spoil as that was in it. And when I was in the waters of Kaziba, the men of Yovel came against us to battle. And we fought with them and routed them. And their allies from Shiloh we slew. And we did not leave them power to come in against us. So you thought because I was bathing, you was going to catch me slipping? No, you're going to get these hands while I'm clean too. So yeah. I'm giving you a holy, set apart whooping. Yeah. Because I just got done bathing there. Let's go. Naked and all. You gonna get these hands.
This is crazy.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. So my brother just put out, he said Joshua 38.
Oh.
When you get you really get a picture of them. Brandon, he's putting out Joshua 38. If you guys haven't checked that out, you can also, you don't even have to read it, but you can also listen to it on YouTube. Joshua 38, it gives you a big old depiction of what he's talking about here. What these modern superheroes are based on. Absolutely. Absolutely. He got a whole set apart whooping, okay? He was clean and fresh, okay? Fresh and so clean, okay? And hands clean with it.
Okay.
And the men of Mikar came upon us on the fifth day. Listen, they wanted some smoke though. Listen.
I think they learned by now.
I mean, ain't no rumors going around like don't touch
I'm
them.
sure it is. It's a whole bunch of dead
It's always
bodies.
one. It's always one that think they can take them down.
Yeah. Oh, we can take them.
We can take them.
Y'all
Yeah.
just didn't know what y'all was doing.
Absolutely. It's always the one that's thinking that they're going to get us, okay? All right. And the men of Mikar came upon us the fifth day to seize our spoil. And we attacked them and overcame them in fierce battle. For there was a host of mighty men against them, amongst them. And we slew them before they had gone up the ascent. And when we came to their city, their women rolled upon us stones from the brow of the hill on which the city stood. And I and Simeon hid ourselves behind the town and seized upon the height and destroyed this city also. And the next day it was told us that the king of the city of Gaash with a mighty host was coming against us. I therefore and Dan feigned ourselves to be what is this? Emorium as an ally with went into their city. So they acted like they were someone else.
Yes.
Come on, creativity.
Yes.
And in the depth of night, our brethren came, and we opened to them the gates, and we destroyed all the men and their substance, and we took for a prey all that was theirs. And their three walls we cast down, and we drew near Stamna, where was all the substance of the hostile king. Then being insulted by them, I was therefore wroth and rushed against them to the summit. And they kept slinging against me stones and darts. I believe this is the story that Becca was telling me about in Jasher.
Oh,
Yeah. And how they thought they were, well, I guess
Yeah.
I can just read it and y'all can hear it. All right. Stones and darts. And had not Dan, my brother, aided me, they would have slain me. We came upon them, therefore, with wrath, and they all fled. And passing by another way, they besought my father, and he made peace with them. And we did to them no hurt. And they became
tributary.
to us. There you go. I like the way you said it. And we restored to them their spoil. So when you came to my father, because y'all made peace with my father,
Mhm.
we all good. Here, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you what's yours. Y'all
But you
good.
paying us.
Yes. And I built Themna, and I built Themna, and my father built Pabel, and I was 20 years old with this war befell. And the Canaan feared me and my brethren. I know they did.
Yeah.
You 20 years old and doing all this damage?
Yeah.
I mean,
Now,
again,
you
there's an
taking out
angel.
armies.
Absolutely. Wiping out cities, okay?
Yes.
There's an angel of might, y'all, with him, just running through these cities.
Mhm.
Like, who wants the smoke? I got it. On sale, okay? Catch these hands.
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Chapter 8. And I had much cattle, and I had for them chief herdsmen, Ephraim, the Adonai, Adulamai, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And I went to him and saw Perseba, king of Adulam. So I'm guessing it's the city. And he spoke unto us, and he made us a feast. And when I was heated, he gave me his daughter Bath Shua to be my woman. She bore me and Onan and Shelach, and two of them Yahuwah smote, for Shelach lived, and his children are ye. And 18 years my father abode in the peace with his brother Esau, and his sons with us. After that we came from Aram, Neharium from Laban. That's actually it's really how you pronounce that.
Whatever.
Not my name, but that's how you pronounce it. You know what I'm saying? Laban. You know, my name, not my spelling. All right. And when 18 years were fulfilled in the 40th year of my life, Esau, the brother of my father, came upon us with a mighty and strong people. And Jacob smote Esau with an arrow, and he was taken up wounded on Mount Seir. And as he went, he died at Anorium. And we pursued after the sons of Esau. Now they had a city with walls of iron and gates of brass, and we could not enter into it. And we encamped around and besieged it. And when they opened not to us in 20 days, I set up a ladder in the sight of all, and with my shield upon my head, I went up, sustaining the assault of stones, upwards of 3 talent weight. And I slew 4 of their mighty men, and Reuben and Gad slew 6 others. And they asked from us terms of peace, and having taken counsel with our father, we received them as
tributaries.
and they gave us 500 cords of wheat, 500 baths of oil, 500 measures of wine, until the famine when we went down into Egypt.
These people don't want no smoke.
They don't want no
With them
smoke.
brothers.
They was like, you know what? You didn't
We
kill.
tried.
You didn't kill 10 of our people. Listen, what do we got to do? What
Yeah.
you want?
Yeah, what you want?
I'll pay
We want to live.
Absolutely.
You know,
And
we
he
not
taking
messing
all
with
them
y'all.
rocks that's hidden in his head, but he upset.
And they probably like, what kills these people?
What kills you? And that's probably the thought today. Okay?
Yeah.
What kills you? Why they keep popping up?
Why they keep multiplying?
Why they ain't giving up? They didn't been
Yeah.
through all that they've been through. Why they ain't giving up yet?
Yeah.
'Cause listen, this is why, okay? This is in us. And after these things, my son took to be his woman, Tamar, for Aram, a Nahariim, a daughter of Aram. Now was wicked, and he was in need of concern in Tamar, because she was not of the land of Canaan. And on the third night, an angel of Yahuwah smote him, and he had not known her according to the evil craftiness of his mother, for he did not wish to have children by her. In the days of the wedding feast, I gave Onan to her in marriage, and he also in wickedness knew her not. Though he spent with her a year, and when I threatened him, he went in unto her, but he spilled the seed on the ground, and according to the command of his mother, and he also died through wickedness, listening to your mama.
Mm-hmm.
And I wished to give Shalach also to her, but his mother did not permit it. For she wrought evil against Tamar, because she was not of the daughters of Canaan, as she also herself was.
So basically, what Judah is saying, when he married this daughter, Bathsheba, she was a Canaanite.
Right.
She was a daughter of Ham. He had no business marrying her. So when he had Aaron Onan, he's telling you like how many years they was together, then one died. Remember, then he promised her in the second one.
And he
died because Yahuwah slew him because of what we just read.
Yeah.
Because the mama is a Canaanite, which he had no business marrying in the first place.
No.
Because Tamar, and the mama didn't want them to marry Tamar because Tamar is from Sheba.
Yeah.
So Yehuda had no business marrying her, but we have to keep in mind that Messiah is coming through Yehuda.
Yeah.
It cannot have any Canaanite
in it.
No Canaanite in them. That's why he said don't marry them evil people.
Right.
No Canaanite.
Right.
And that's why I believe Yahuwah allowed Tamar to do what she did. Because you need to have the baby by the right person.
Absolutely. And that's why she deceived her. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Verse chapter 11. And I knew that we went over time and I was going to stop. Because we way over time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't read we definitely read an hour. But it was so good that I couldn't stop reading.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, we stopped on 269. We're gonna start back on the 11th chapter tomorrow. But let me mark it down.
This child says, you know how there was always that family in the hood. That was notorious.
This is that family. Absolutely. Our family is no joke. Yeah, it's so crazy because now you understand why they stripped us. They didn't just strip us from our language and from our land.
Yeah.
They stripped us from everything. And then they gave us what we grew up with. You know, what they wanted us to know. It's but like you said, it's bloodline, right? That's what I'm saying. There's no thing. This is not a black and white thing. Okay, this is bloodline.
Yes.
And when they know you're from a different, that's what they're after.
Yes.
But this society put it up as black versus white.
Yeah.
But it's not. This is a covenant thing. This is a bloodline thing.
It's all a good versus evil thing.
It's a good versus evil. There you go.
Because remember, they're trying to wipe us out because we're the hope.
Yes. We're the light. We're the light. Absolutely. And so I pray that you all will, those that maybe are new to story time, I pray that you will continue to, do your research. Don't take our books, don't take us for it, but go on to your own research and continue to seek Yahuwah for, guidance and
Yes.
wisdom and how you can probably share truth, with your loved ones so they know who they are. Because I tell you, there is freedom in this thing. On this side, there is freedom. There is freedom. It's not going to come from your government. It's not going to come from your city mayors. It's not going to come from anything like that besides him. So
That's
I pray
right.
that you all will seek and come back to the covenant, come back to guarding the commandments, y'all.
Yes.
Because that's the only way. We got to get back on track. They pulled a Trading Places Eddie Murphy's movie. Haven't seen that movie. But if I can laugh, I'm gonna laugh that way.
That movie is funny.
Who pulled who on Trading Places?
They these men made this bet that they can make the rich man so poor that he would be so desperate, and the poor man rich, and so he would act right. So they traded places.
Oh.
And yeah, it's really weird. So they they had him switch places, and they made the rich man think that they made people think he stole something, but they were really, and the bet was for $1. And so he found out, and he got mad. So him and Eddie Murphy teamed up, and they got him back at the end. Like, you should really see it. It's really
Okay.
funny.
All right, I see. Okay.
Without telling too much.
Because you can tell it all.
They pulled a Trading Place.
All right, you all. So listen, thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And we got a lot more because, as you know, we're only on the fourth son, which is Judah. This is your granddaddy, and this is your granddaddy, granddaddy. All right, this is your granddaddy. So we're still gonna read and hear what more he has to say to us, his children. Okay, his grandbabies. He loves it so much. So much that he allowing you guys to hear it now, this time. Okay. All right, you all. So we appreciate you.
Yes.
And that's it. Thank you for tuning to Story Time. Story Time. Story Time. Not sure if we did it this morning, but we started last.
Oh, did
I don't know. I don't think we did. Felt like it was missing. So now we put it in there. All right.
It has to go in there.
Yeah. So that was for you, Brother James. Especially that story time. I know you like it. It gets in your song. Let it marinate. All right. Bye, y'all.
Shalom.
See you tomorrow at 6 p.m.